Good afternoon, great Americans. It's another great American video from the bunker in Kentucky. Going to try something a little bit different on this video. I'm going to do a little Q&A. So I went to a political forum and I found a Q, and I'm going to give it the big A. All right. So this guy in this forum, this guy is from Canada. So anyway, so this guy is from Canada, and here's what he says. I cannot understand or even come to grips with the American ethos that they are not completely outraged at the mass shootings in their country. The title of his thing was Another Mass Shooting. He's enraged, and he can't understand Americans that we're not completely enraged at the mass shootings in our country. And then he links to this recent story about a shooting outside of an NBA game. All right. And so I went to the article. And it turns out that 10 kids with 9 guns, so these are obviously gangbangers with illegal guns, or some kind of gang with illegal guns. They were shooting around like a bunch of dummies, and people got injured. Nobody was killed. Nobody was killed, so that's good. Nobody was killed, but some people got injured. The kids who got illegal guns, and they're waving them around, and they got arrested. So, you know, and this guy he doesn't understand why we're not enraged. What an asshole. Look, dude, let me tell you a little bit of something here, okay? Americans are not like Canadians, okay? The American gun owner, along with the Continental Army, booted your royalty out 300 years ago, and we believe in liberty and standing our ground, and gun ownership is part of the American. It's in the American bloodstream. Every American owns a gun. Every real American owns a gun. When I was a kid, all Americans owned a gun. But see, so this guy's anger here is not actually over the shooting. Nobody was even killed. He's mad because we don't have gun laws, fascist little authoritarian gun laws like his precious Canada does. Well, sorry, let me tell you something. When fascists and communists take over a country, the first thing they go for is the guns, because they know that guns are a threat to their authoritarian rule. Now, the founding fathers of the United States, we used the people's guns. Us, the people, we stood up against your King of England, and we booted his sorry ass out. And ever since then, gun ownership is part of the Americana for a number of reasons. We love to hunt. We love big game. But we also use them for protection. And we, when we expanded west and we staked out our claim, and a guy had a cabin out on the plain and everything, he used his gun to protect his land. So we use our guns to protect ourselves and protect our properties. But most importantly at all, guns are there in case we ever need to topple another authoritative regime that gets too out of hand. That's how America was created in the first place. That's part of the American gun ownership understanding hunting and, fishing, that's all fine and dandy, but that's not what the Second Amendment is for. The Second Amendment is there in case the American people ever need to take back their freedom from a regime that has become too authoritative, right? So I'm sorry, Mr. Canadian, you just don't get that, man. You got your little king and queen on your money, and you don't have guns, and you're okay with your Mr. Boy Band hairdo Trudeau acting like a fascist and just fascistically attacking truckers and all kinds of people. And they can't do it because they have no guns, right? So, no, we're not going to do that. Sorry, dude. And one other thing, too. He said, why aren't the American people enraged? Well, how do you know we're not mad at crime? We're mad when crimes happen. When people are killed and bad things. Now, nobody was killed in this case, but when people are killed in tragic events and big crimes, of course we're angry. We get angry. But here's what we don't do. We don't do what idiots like you do, and that is all of a sudden smashing everybody's rights, taking away everybody's rights in the interest of security. Okay, that's what fascists do. Fascists always take away people's rights in the name of the people's safety. Oh, we have to do this for the good of the people. All right, for your safety and for your protection, we got to take away this right. We got to take away that right. Sorry, Americans aren't like that. We like our rights. Thank you very much. And we want to keep our rights. And we understand that in a society, a free society, that sometimes there's a price to be paid for that. Sometimes criminals can take advantage of those rights. Now, in this particular case, as I said, these 10 kids, or the 10 kids and 9 guns, nobody was killed again, but 10 kids and 9 guns indicates little gang walking around with illegal guns. So even if guns were banned in America, you can still get guns illegally, and banning guns would not have stopped this. These kids got illegal guns. And that's something else liberals don't understand. Restrictions on gun laws, they only hurt people who obey the law. Hello. The laws only affect people who obey the law. People who don't obey the law, and people who get illegal guns on the black market and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't do anything about them. That's the other stupidity about that. And one last thing. The next time you feel like quoting a statistic about death, well, there wasn't even a death this time, but about deaths and numbers regarding crimes that have guns involved, perhaps you might do a little research and find out the statistics about how many people were saved by guns, how many crimes were thwarted by guns. I could pull out a list of stories for you of old ladies and people who defended themselves with a gun and perhaps saved themselves from being raped or being robbed or even being killed. All right. So you don't talk about that. So you never talk about the number of crimes that were prevented by the American gun owner, which a Canadian would have fallen prey to. Yeah. See, it all equals out, sort of, right? So we prefer to keep our rights, and we don't like, Canadian, God bless Canada, you guys are our neighbors and all that. But we don't like your gun laws, and we don't like being under royalty. We don't like your fascist leadership right now, and we don't do things like you do. So butt out, asshole. How's that sound? So anyway, that's the latest great American video from the bunker in Kentucky. Keep an eye out for my next great American video. I will post links to my video links on Rumble and BitChute in the comment section of this video. And I will see you in the next great American video. Adios, muchachos.